All right, guys, 4 colors today. Let me pin myself. Should have done that first, huh? Um, Good evening. I am Ronita. I'm a purposeful point. I teach painting in person and online. And tonight we're painting. I painted it, and then of course I'll go Google it to figure out what name it should be. And so I think I prime a night rose or some kind of night flower that I named it. So that's what we're painting, and we're only using 3 colors. Now, I'm only using 3 colors. You're welcome to use more or change the color or do something different. Maybe you want to make it brighter and with some yellows and oranges in the background and just green for the flower. Just whatever, just suggestions, whatever works for you. I like the silhouette effect. And that's what I'm going to go with. So tonight I am painting on a 9 by 12 paper, canvas paper, and you could welcome to use what you like. I've converted to these pads, trying to save space and all that good stuff. Also, let's talk about brushes. I'm using synthetic brushes. I don't know what the sizes are. Use what works best for you. Of course, I'm probably going to be using my larger brush the most, my large flat brush, because it's pretty much open. There's not a lot of detail. And of course, as I get into the flower, I'll get into some detail, get with the smaller brushes. I'm using, like I said, 3 colors, 3 acrylic colors. I use Deco Art acrylic paint. Acrylic paint, it stains and it does dry fast. So I recommend to cover your surface or protect your clothing if you think that might be an issue. So you guys are welcome to unmute yourself if you need to ask a question or join in or anything like that. But I do ask that if you have a lot of background noise, I do ask that you mute yourself. It's greatly appreciated. So let's jump in. I am starting. I'm going to start with white. Grab my white, put that on my tray. I'm going to start with white in the middle and work my way out. My white, my blue. And then, of course, my black. Or whichever, like I said, any color that you like. You guys, welcome, you guys. Just had someone jump in. Welcome. I'm Ronita. Started with my largest flat brush. I do like to dip my brush. I like it to be a little wet so that it helps move the paint across the canvas a little bit better when the brush is wet. And I'll take a paper towel and I'll just kind of touch. Sorry, guys. Woo. Tablet is on its last leg. It has to stay plugged up in order for me to use it. And I knocked the plug out. I was like, I already lost you guys once. I didn't want to do it again. So I touched wet the brush and I just kind of touch it to my paper towel. I don't want to dry it off. I just want to get rid of any excess water. So most people assume they take the paper towel and they dry it. That's not what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to start kind of in the center. My goal is to be in the center. It doesn't always work out that way, but I'm starting out and I'm just painting it white. Probably can't see it real well. Nice white circle. Now I'm going to go to the blue. Gonna kind of paint around the blue. I'll kind of blend it later. You guys, it doesn't have to be exact or a perfect circle or anything like that, guys. See there, it looks like I got over too far over there. I did the exact same thing on this one. I was over too far. Guess I will cock out either way you put it. Either way, either way I paint it. All right, we got our circle. Next, I'm gonna dip my brush back into the white. Now I didn't rinse it out. There's still blue in my brush. So there's a blue and white now in my brush. So my goal now is to kind of blend that line between the white and the blue. Now I'm rinsing the blue completely out of my brush because I want to blend that a little more. So I rinse all the blue out. Now, of course, there's blue and white on there, so it naturally kind of blended in over there. Now, you guys, I did, well, I mentioned last week we're going to be using a sponge. So hopefully you have a sponge. I'm ready for some black. And I'm not going to rinse my brush with just putting the black because black just kind of dominates. So now, guys, I'm going to get into the black. My black is thick. The same brand I always use, but it just seems thicker. So I'm pretty much going to cover the remainder, anything left that's not covered in paint. That's the easiest way to put it. Hopefully you guys didn't take it over too far like I did. Okay. Got that black still in my brush. I'm gonna dip it in some blue and do the same thing I did with the blue and the white right here on the edge. So kind of blend it a little bit, but because black's gonna take over, so there's not gonna be a whole lot of blending. It's gonna mostly look kind of dark, but still like that. For me, I still like that kind of midnight black mix, that midnight blue, the blue and black kind of mixed together. Wet my brush a little bit. It also helps blend. Got really dark. Once that black out of my brush, so I can blend it a little bit better. Turn it into the black hole. Okay. Blending. Okay. Question is, where's my sponge? So you guys know they sell um, art sponges that you can use for art, or you can go to Dollar Tree. And I just bought a regular sponge and I cut it up into pieces, into bite-sized pieces. I cut it up into pieces so that just kind of manageable, so that I can manipulate smaller areas. And that's what I mean. I did buy the one with the scrubby, but it was like the cheapest one. No reason for the scrubby. I might try to see how it works out with the scrubby, but for the most part, I'm just using the sponge part. But I'll try the scrubby part just for GP. I'm going to start with my white, of course, because after the other colors get in your brush, you're not going to be able to see, you're not going to see the white. The white's going to be dominated. Hi, Amy. It's been a while. Or
Yes, it has. I just happened to look at my calendar and went, oh no, his class started 20 minutes ago. I got to get online. So I'll be I'll be setting up my paper in a few minutes and joining you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So I've got my white in my sponge, and gonna kind of dab around. And I just like the texture. It's fun. If you look at that, I think the use the texture gives get a different kind of I won't say ambiance. It gives it a little something different that you can't get with just painting. So it's almost like it's blurred, or can't think of what it was, but I like it that way. So that's why I kind of use the sponge. And plus, this was a quick one, and then you can. This is a great day to play around with colors and textures and stuff. It's no we got to hurry and get done or anything. So now I'm going to dip some in my blue. And I just kind of went back and forth. I throw some more white in my um just to get it to where I was till I got it to where I was pleased with it. So next, my blue, come back in, kind of dab around with the blue. Even no sponge for you today?
No, I've had to do I just did a quick sketch, so I have the instructions because I got to get back to packing.
Okay.
But
Are
this
you
is,
okay? Gotcha.
yeah, with color pencils.
Okay.
And then I make notes on the back.
Are you going
You were
on
going to say?
holiday, or are you moving?
No, I'm moving in 3 weeks.
Oh, for 3 weeks, in 3 weeks.
In
Oh,
three
wow.
weeks. So I've got a lot of stuff to pack, so I don't have much time to enjoy.
Right. I
But
understand. That sucks.
it it does, but at least I got to enjoy the class and get the handle on how to make one later.
Yes.
So I'll have to go now anyway, so I
All
can get back to that packing. But it was nice to see you again.
right. All right. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
All right. Good
Bye.
night. So right now I'm getting that effect that I like with that blue, but I'm still gonna go back in. Let me go ahead and pull the blue on out into the black. I'm ready to jump back into the white, but I'm gonna bring some of that blue out into the black. And lucky for you guys, if you're painting flat, and I'm painting on this easel, and I'm dabbing and shaking. But to me, the dabbing is just as therapeutic as as swiping with the brush. So I enjoy it as well. And we haven't, it's been a long time since I've done any thing with you guys other than a paintbrush. I've done with the balloon, we've done different things. So this just kind of gets back into some of the things that we've done in the past. And then too, with dabbing, you can see the difference between the background. So the darker background, you see how the blue affects it. It's the exact same blue, this looks like a totally different color on top of the background base versus on top of a lighter base. It looks like a different color blue, but it's like I said, it's still all, just use 3 colors is all. So that's pretty awesome. I love the effect. And I'm not bringing my blue to the edge, to the edges. I'm concentrate like here, towards the corner, but not all the way to the edge of the canvas. Okay. And I'm just dabbing, and I'm dabbing. It doesn't have to be opaque. It doesn't have to be solid, completely filled in, guys. So don't try to make sure it's an even coverage, like if you were painting a wall. We're not painting a wall. So there's areas that are lighter and darker. It gives it character, it gives it some texture, and that's what I'm going for. Okay. Get a little bit up here more in this corner. I'm not going to do as much of the dabbing with black, but I will do a little bit because it's fun. Oh yeah, I'm digging it. Yeah. All right, I'm getting carried away. Let me do a little bit more with the blue. Then I'm going to switch and add some white into my sponge, and I'm not going to wash it out. And then I also like it because it kind of blends it. Because after you dab, you can see where the paint's starting to blend. So now I want to go ahead and grab some white. I'm not going to put a lot of white. You guys can see I'm kind of using the corner. You can use the whole thing. It's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with, okay? So, but I'm just going to grab a little bit of white in there. Because I want to start light first instead of going heavy white, and then it's too much. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there and then kind of dab around the edge of between the edge of the blue and the white.
I have a question. Did you start with the black and then you're adding the blue on top of it?
Inside out. I started with the white.
Oh, okay.
Then the white, and then I painted a blue circle around the white, and then I painted blue around the black around the blue.
Okay.
And then I blend the two. Like after I put the blue around the white, I put a little blue and white in my brush to blend the line between the two. And then the same thing for the black.
Okay.
So a little more white. Bring it on in. You can see my white circle is disappearing. But now I'm just, it's a very light touch with the white, because since there's blue and white in my sponge, you can see that it immediately kind of blends. So. Yes, I like it. So it's hard for me to see if it looks okay because I'm so close. But when I look in the picture on the screen, I love it. Definitely give me the effect that I want. And so now I'm just bringing that white on out, dabbing. And I have not dabbed my sponge back into the white. I'm just leaving it. I like what I have right now. So. Okay. Now I want to dab in the blue. Dabbing the blue now. So basically I just went in and out, in and out. So let's look and see what this dark blue looks like on top of my edges, the edge of the blue, the white, after dabbing with the white. Okay. Yep. And again, it's a lighter touch because I don't want it to blend as much. I kind of want it to be more on top. So my touch is getting a little bit lighter. My dabbing touch is getting a little bit lighter. I don't want it to blend as much as I did before. Now, I'm trying to remember if I did any black. It didn't look like I did very much black. Any black dabbing. I think I'm going to leave it alone with the black. Actually, this one looks a lot darker than this one. Maybe I should see about bringing it out some more. Bringing that color out, the white, the lighter color. So, see, this is how you know, there's no mess up. So I decided to change up a little bit. And bam, that's what I love about acrylic paint. Not that I can really speak on anything else. I've never done oils. I don't think I've done oils. I remember a picture that I did in college. It took me a really long time to paint it. So I don't know if it was oils or not. Not college. In high school. And that's the only time that I didn't really paint. I just, I've only been painting for a few years, but I always did figure drawing. Well, I didn't always do. I drew all my life, and then went to college. I took figure drawing, but we never painted. It was figure drawing. I didn't take any painting class. It was never my interest. And look at me now. Look at God. So I'm opening that up a little more, that white, bringing it out some more. All right. It doesn't look as dark. It looks so dark. So now I'm going to switch back to my blue. I need some more blue. And again, bring it out, kind of blend the edges. Dab, 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 dab. More blue. I mean, you can play with it with the sponge. There's just so many variations, different things that you can do. I'm gonna go all the way around. I'm gonna go in and out, kind of in on some of that lighter blue and then back off, but just not enough to change the painting. Okay, I keep wanting to dip my thing in the black, only not, I want to, it's just there and I'm not paying attention. So don't be surprised if some black shows up. I'm bringing more to that. Try not to be too uniform. My top to me look kind of uniform. So I'm just kind of mixing it up, going here and there. Okay. Good on that. How's it looking for you guys? And the scrubby side would make a nice texture as well. I'm not getting ready to experiment with it, but maybe in the future. Ooh, the pollen count must be really, really high. I've been sneezing all day. Almost lost it. I did stop at the store on the way home to get a 60 count bottle of Zyrtex and Flonase, a bottle of Flonase. And this Flonase was sold out. I actually walked around the store a little bit and found a display. The I'm ready to grab my black. You can I'm going to start out with you can grab a pointer brush, but I'm going to start off with this one. Is a little bit, it's wider than a pointer brush, but it's not as wide as the flat brush, just to get those leaves in there. And I do that because I kind of to center it. I want to center it, and I want to center it off of these the outside leaves, if you must. So I'm gonna kind of call myself coming up in the middle, but you know I've been a little bit off today. My stuff's not in the middle. Bring it, curve it in. Make it a little bit wider in the center and more as a point towards the end. That makes sense. Then the other one, that's going to be a little wider. See, that's what I kind of wanted to anchor that. That works out for me. And now I can use that pointer brush. Wet my brushes. Bring that up, my center one, the center of that. Putting the other ones on here. My stems are just as wide as my brush, whatever brush that I decided to use. It's just as wide as that. So I just kind of have 3 flowers or bud stems, but you're welcome to do as many as you like, whatever works out for you. Is the don't miss out on the simplicity by putting too much, but you're welcome to add more. But make sure you have a balance. We're looking at a balance. We're looking at composition. So now I want to put the heads on the flowers, and there's no specific technique that I use. I wasn't even thinking about what kind of flower I was painting. I just did it. Okay. This one, I think I was a little bit bigger. 3-prong flower. This one. I don't know what happened, guys, but my electricity blinked again.
I noticed you from E-Town, Kentucky.
No,
So
I'm
where
from
you
Louisville,
from?
Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
I
I said,
painted last I painted last night in E-Town.
oh, okay. My
I'm from Louisville,
friend,
Kentucky.
You're from where?
Louisville.
Oh,
Hey,
my friend, Jonathan, Crawley was from E-Town. He used to talk about how he had so much pride for E-Town, honey.
okay. No, no, yeah, I'll go there. I go there once a month. I go there once a month to paint.
Okay, cool.
All right. It doesn't look like much, but I'm just going to fill it in.
Question. What does a primrose actually look like? Did you show a picture of one?
I did not. I made it up.
Oh, okay.
After I painted it, I mean it's a night scene, so I Googled like night flowers or something like that, and
Uh-huh.
I saw a night flower that said that name, that title. So,
Uh-huh.
bam. Yeah, I'm just not that deep. So now I'm going to bring some you can see some, I wasn't cool with it just being just plain. So I threw some grass in there, just using my pointer brush just to drag some blades of whatever up from the bottom. And again, I didn't get carried away with it. It's so easy to do. Okay. That's my electricity's on a tangent today. And we've been doing this. We started this since 2020. Or was it 2021? Yeah, 2021. And I don't think, knock on wood, that I've had to cancel because electricity went out or the internet. So we're doing good. Uh-oh, just made a noise. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say, hey, let's put our finishing touches on. I'm not sure why it's acting up like that. Let's put our finishing touches on, which is at this point, like if you make it your own, put your little spin on it. I don't know, put a little white bud on it or something, just whatever works for you to make it yours. And I mean, it'd be awesome if you switched colors or whatever, or follow along with me, just stuck with the basics. I love it. It's your painting. So you guys know I love some show and tell. So I'm going to go ahead and end it on YouTube. So we'll just do the show and tell just in the Zoom.